Guys, it's Riley, and today I'm going to talk about semi-duality. I'll be making a video every Sunday, by the way. I'll try, at least. And maybe even more, so. It feels as if one day your semi-dual is better than your dual, because they're much more understanding. So, yeah, they can understand you really well. It feels that way. And they can. In semi-duality, sometimes you feel your semi-dual is rude or arrogant, but later, even if you disagree, you find your semi-dual very cool because of the mutual understanding. So yeah, you might find them rude or arrogant if you discuss politics or something, and you disagree. But later, if you give it time, you should start to understand each other's different points of views. Rather than calling this deficient duality, I'd like to call it something for itself, as in relations of compromise. Not to disrespect whoever created semi-duality because they get to name it, but, it can also be called relations of compromise because in this relation you naturally feel like compromising by accepting your semi-dual's differing worldview because you can still understand each other's purpose. The moth and flame part of this relation diminishes through more frequent contact and partners naturally adapt to accept the semi-dual for whoever one is and still enjoy one's semi-dual's company while knowing each other's purposes. And this isn't necessarily romantic partners. Just saying. So yeah, they still know that their partner's intentions are good, or their friend's intentions are good, even if they disagree. If one semi-dual says something that is wrong to the other semi-dual, the latter semi-dual will over time learn to understand that their semi-dual's intentions are still good. Yes, if you know what I mean. This is a stage in these relations where further contact can be put to an end because of not giving the relation enough time for natural adaptation to take place. Naturally, partners start to adapt to understand each other and accept each other's differing points of view. So, also it can be difficult in these relations to share or compromise in serious endeavors because of the differing values of the two. So, one might say they're Republican and one might say they're a Democrat. So, that could create, a lot of problems if they're going to try to be in political parties at that time. So, it's best to just keep that aside from the relation and not try to get on one political party or discuss it too much. Differing values is a major aspect that can put these relations to an end. But these relations can be good for exchanging opinions in a friendly way at a closer distance, where the two have already adapted to accepting each other's differing worldviews. So one semi-dual can provide a valuable perspective to you without making you angry when at closer distances. So your semi-dual can tell you, skydiving can be dangerous. Well, you might be thinking it's completely exhilarating, but they can, say it in your language. For me, it's logic, so they might explain that you might die out of it. Although I'm for skydiving, definitely, because I love skydiving and I love taking risks. But, that could happen. Although my semi-dual is unlikely to say that. Semi-duality can be especially favorable when it comes to giving advice because your semi-dual has a clearly different way to perceive a situation, but can still explain it to you in your language. So, they can, perceive its situation completely differently. You might say, my friend gossiped about me, and they might say she was just sort of sharing her secrets with her friend. Or, and then they can still, explain it to you what way that you find acceptable. So relations of compromise, as I call it, or semi-duality, are quite favorable as relations of duality are. But duals are repelled to talk to each other at first. Unlike semi-duals who are attracted and repelled until they get adjusted to their differing points of worldviews and creating relations of, compromise. If you're this happens... Okay, sorry. This happens naturally, but there's some luck to it. If your semi-dual is coincidentally or has to be in contact with you, you are more likely to create favorable relations. Otherwise, you might get disappointed. If not, contact tends to fade away because of disappointment and disapproval of each other. I hate your values, or come on, can you do that to me? Like, I expected more from you. And stuff like that at the beginning of these relations. Relations can be restored by talking to one another again, communicating openly, but still respecting each other's different points of view. The more the interaction, the easier it is for the brain to get adapted into great relations of semi-duality. So yeah, that's my opinion on semi-duality. Comment yours below. And please like this video and subscribe for more. Bye guys.